My name is Christopher Morley, and I'm currently a radiology resident at NYU, and making this video to accompany my application to you guys over at Blueprint for an idea called RadWorks, which is an idea that kind of came to me over the course of this year during residency, as I saw repeated examples every single day of a real need for some type of technology, some platform to take medical imaging data and convert it into other much more usable, smaller file types, so we could actually achieve the maximum value of these things, whether that's education for the radiology residents of how to learn and interpret these things, whether it's for the patients themselves. I'm actually sitting in the fluoroscopy room right now. This is the rotation I'm on, and my last patient of the day was this 90-year-old woman who said she had something caught in her throat, and we just did a study on her and showed that she has a Zenker's diverticulum. And the primary team came down and they tried to talk to her about it and what that means, and she's not really understanding it. And then she's in a wheelchair. I wheel her around to the computer and show her the video that I just captured on the computer that typically isn't shared with patients. And this woman, immediately she could see, I could explain to her exactly what was going on. Her ability to see this diverticulum that we were talking about, she could see that food enters it, she could understand, she could make the connection. And there was an immediate appreciation and understanding of what we were talking about. And that's on the patient side of things. But really this idea came to me because every single day I have cases and case conferences where these presenters and faculty are spending hours and hours and hours trying to manually convert DICOM files into JPEGs for presentations. And they're often very limited because it's so much manual labor. And I've spent the past couple months basically kind of thinking about this problem and studying it, and studying data compression science a little bit, and trying to figure out a way to figure out some type of platform for which we could really modernize and revolutionize how we use medical imaging data and make it much more usable and functional, and really improve and expand upon medical education as a whole, whether that's for residents, the referring physicians, or the patients themselves, like just happened 15 minutes ago. I think there's a real opportunity here, and I say that just because I see people doing it on their own every single day. I just had a lecture, my new lecture today. It was on vascular malformations by one of the pediatric attendings, and she manually went through 4 cases, and she converted the DICOM file into JPEG, then put them on multiple consecutive PowerPoint slides in order to show us the progression over time of what these studies look like and how we actually interpret them in real life. And I asked her at the end, I said, hey, how did you put that together? How did you make those movies? And she described the process to me. She told me it took her 8 hours to present 4 cases to us. She's not, and there's nothing unique about her. Every single person is doing this. Everyone is struggling manually trying to do this. And I just see an enormous opportunity to kind of standardize that process, make it way more streamlined and usable, and kind of this idea is really happening organically with my other fellow residents. Everybody is kind of blown away that this is how we're doing it, and that there's not a software tool to make this way easier. And I also happen to sit on a steering committee for educational informatics here at NYU, and a lot of money was spent on providing iPads for the entire all residents and all medical students at NYU, which are going to be given out in a month. and there's currently, it would just be an incredible. The timing is pretty interesting to me, because there's just no source that's out there that allows us to take medical imaging data in DICOMs and PAC stations and just quickly convert them into scrollable, functional movies that could be used on all iPads, 5,000 of which are about to be given out here. And I think there's just a real opportunity to do something about this, and it's a field where, for example, my program spends $50,000 a year on providing resources for the residents. The two names are StatDX and RadPrimer. My program pays $1,000 per year for me to have access to these programs. They're essentially radiology encyclopedias, more or less. And so just this one university is paying $50,000 for me to have access to these encyclopedias, which, quite frankly, the residents don't use them that much. So I know that there's a market for this type of thing. There's a demand. I see it on a daily basis, and I would love to speak to you guys further about this, and I hope to hear from you. Thank you.